Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mr. English Talks. I'm Mr. English, your go-to guide for mastering English and unlocking the incredible opportunities it brings to your life. Today, we're hitting the road literally with a topic that's practical, relatable, and a little adventurous. Talking to a taxi driver in English. Whether you're traveling to an English-speaking country, hopping into an Uber in a new city, or just want to feel confident chatting with drivers in English, this video is for you. We're going to dive deep into a real-life scenario that can feel intimidating, but with the right tools can become a breeze. By the end of this 30 to 40-minute journey, you'll have a full toolbox of phrases, tips, and confidence to strike up a conversation, get where you need to go, and maybe even make a new friend along the way. I'll share a personal story, break down key phrases with examples, give you actionable steps to practice, and throw in some cultural tips to avoid awkward moments. So buckle up, grab a notebook, and let's get started. This is going to be a fun ride. Let me kick things off with a story that still makes me laugh. A few years back, I was traveling in London, my first big trip to an English-speaking country. I was nervous, my English was decent but shaky, and I needed to get from the airport to my hostel. I hopped into a classic black London taxi, and the driver, a cheery guy with a thick Cockney accent, turned to me and said, "All right, mate, where you off to?" I froze. My brain was like, "Mate? Is he my friend? What's this accent?" I mumbled something like, hotel? City? He chuckled, probably used to confuse tourists, and asked for my address. I fumbled through my backpack, showed him the hostel's name on my phone, and we got moving. But here's the thing. I missed a chance to connect. I could have had a great chat, learned about London, maybe gotten tips on hidden gems. Instead, I sat in silence, feeling like I'd failed an English test. That moment lit a fire in me to master real-world conversations like this one. Fast forward to today, I've chatted with taxi drivers from New York to Sydney, and it's one of my favorite parts of travel. English made that possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. Why does talking to a taxi driver matter? Well, think about it. Taxis are often your first interaction in a new place. Drivers are like unofficial tour guides. They know the city, the culture, the best spots to eat or avoid. Plus, these conversations are great practice for real-life English. They're short, practical, and force you to think on your feet. But it's not just about getting from point A to point B. Mastering this skill builds confidence for any spontaneous chat. Whether it's with a barista, a coworker, or a stranger at a bus stop. And let's be honest, being able to communicate clearly can save you time, money, and stress, like avoiding a wrong turn that racks up the meter or clarifying you want the airport, not the train station. Let's set the scene. You're in an English-speaking country, you've just landed and you're in a taxi. The driver might be chatty or quiet, but you need to communicate. Maybe you're nervous about your accent or you're worried you won't understand theirs. Don't worry, I've been there and I've got your back. Let's break this down into practical steps, starting with the basics and building up to confident, friendly conversations. I'll give you phrases, explain when to use them, and share tips to sound natural. My goal is to make you feel like you're chatting with a friend, not just a driver. Step 1. Start with a clear destination. The moment you get in, the driver will likely ask, "Where to?" Or, "Where are you headed?" Keep your response simple and precise. For example, "I'm going to 123 Main Street, please," or, "Can you take me to the Hilton Hotel downtown?" If you're not sure of the exact address, you can say, "I need to go to the city center. Near the train station, or can you drop me off at the airport, Terminal 2? Practice saying the address slowly and clearly. If you're using a ride-sharing app like Uber, You might not need to say much, but it's still good to confirm. Hi, you're taking me to the museum, right? Pro tip. Have the address written down or on your phone to show the driver if there's a language barrier. When I was in New York, I once said Brooklyn, but meant a specific hotel in Brooklyn. Showing the driver my phone saved us a 20-minute detour. Step 2. Master basic greetings and politeness. A little courtesy goes a long way. Start with a simple, "Hi, how are you?" Or "Good morning, thanks for the ride." In English-speaking cultures, small talk is common, so don't be surprised if the driver responds with, "I'm good, thanks." Where are you from? If you're not ready for a full chat, you can keep it short. "I'm from Brazil, just visiting." Adding please and thank you is key. For example, "Can you make it quick, please?" Or "Thanks for the ride." These little words show respect and make the interaction smoother. I learned this the hard way in Australia when I forgot to say please and got a raised eyebrow from the driver. Lesson learned, politeness is universal. Step 3. Handle common situations with confidence. Sometimes you'll need to give directions or clarify something. Here are some go-to phrases. To speed up, "Can you go a bit faster, please?" "I'm in a hurry," to slow down. "Could you drive a bit slower, please?" If you're lost, "I think we might be going the wrong way." "I need destination." To stop somewhere. "Can you stop at a convenience store for a quick break?" To confirm the route. "Is this the fastest way to the airport?" If the driver is using GPS, you might say, "Are we following the GPS? Or is there a better route?" These phrases keep you in control without sounding rude. Practice them out loud seriously. Pause this video and say them now. It's like rehearsing for a play. The more you practice, the smoother it flows. Step 4. Dive into small talk to build confidence. Taxi rides are perfect for practicing casual conversation. Drivers often love to chat about the weather, the city, or their day. Start simple. "Is it always this busy here?" Or, "Have you been driving long today?" If they mention something local, like traffic or a festival, follow up. "Oh, is that festival a big deal here?" This shows interest and keeps the conversation going. When I was in Dublin, my driver started talking about a local rugby match. I knew nothing about rugby, but I asked, "Is that team popular here?" And we ended up chatting for 20 minutes about Irish culture. It was a crash course in English and local life. If you're shy, just smile and nod. You don't have to talk nonstop. Step 5. Understand accents and slang. Taxi drivers come from all backgrounds, so you might hear accents from London, New York, or even non-native speakers. Don't panic if you don't catch every word. Focus on the main idea. For example, if they say, "Mate, it's chock-a-block out there," they mean it's really busy. Common slang to know. In the UK, mate means friend. In the US, buddy is similar. In Australia, you might hear heaps for a lot, like heaps of traffic today. If you don't understand, it's okay to say, "Sorry, could you repeat that slowly?" Or, "What does chock-a-block mean?" Most drivers are happy to explain. I once asked a London driver what knackered meant. It's tired. And he laughed and taught me 3 more slang words. It's a learning opportunity. Let's talk cultural tips to avoid awkward moments. In some countries like the US or UK, tipping is common, usually 10 to 15% of the fare. You might say, "Keep the change," or "Can you add a $5 tip, please?" In other places like Australia or New Zealand, tipping isn't expected, but a thanks is appreciated. Also, avoid sensitive topics like politics or religion unless the driver brings it up. Stick to safe topics, weather, sports, or city sights. If the driver's quiet, don't feel pressured to talk. Some prefer silence, and that's okay. Read the vibe. Now let's get to the fun part, advanced conversation skills. Once you're comfortable with the basics, try asking open-ended questions to learn more. Examples. What's the best place to eat around here? Or, have you had any interesting passengers lately? These spark stories and you'll practice listening and responding. In Chicago, a driver told me about a secret jazz club after I asked, "What's a cool spot locals love?" That night became a highlight of my trip. You can also share a bit about yourself. I'm here for a conference. What's the best thing to see in my free time? This builds a connection and makes the ride memorable. Here's a real-world example to tie it all together. Imagine you're in a taxi in New York. You get in and say, "Hi, can you take me to Times Square, please?" The driver nods and says, "Sure thing, buddy. First time in the city?" You reply, "Yeah, I'm from Mexico, just visiting for a week." They might say, "Nice, nice. You gotta try the pizza here." You can follow up, "Oh, where's the best pizza spot?" Boom, you're chatting, practicing English, and getting local tips. If they mention traffic, you could say, "Is it always this crazy?" Or any shortcuts to get there faster. Keep it light, keep it friendly, and you're golden. Let's address common fears. What if you don't understand the driver? Take a deep breath and say, "Sorry, I'm learning English. Can you speak a bit slower?" Most people will be patient. What if you say something wrong? No big deal, mistakes are part of learning. I once told a driver, "I want to go to the beach," when I meant bridge. We laughed. I corrected myself, and we moved on. What if the driver's grumpy? Not your fault. Just stick to basics. Give the destination, say thank you, and leave it at that. Now, actionable steps to practice before your next ride. Memorize key phrases. Write down 5 from this video like, "Can you take me to place?" or "Is this the fastest route?" Practice them daily. Listen to English conversations. Watch YouTube videos of taxi rides or listen to podcasts like Coffee Break English to get used to casual speech. Role play. Grab a friend or use a mirror. Pretend you're in a taxi and practice greetings, directions, and small talk. Learn city-specific words. If you're traveling, look up terms like downtown, subway, or local landmarks. Record yourself. Say your phrases, play it back, and tweak your pronunciation. Apps like Elsa Speak can help with this. For long-term growth, keep practicing real-world English. Apps like Tandem connect you with native speakers for mock conversations. Watch shows like Travel Man to hear casual English in action. Join online forums like Reddit's Our English Learning to share tips. And here's a challenge. Next time you're in a taxi or rideshare, start a conversation. Even if it's just, "Hi, how's your day going?" That's a win. Let's talk impact. Mastering the skill doesn't just help with taxes. It prepares you for any spontaneous chat at a cafe, a job interview, or a networking event. English is a bridge to connection, opportunity, and confidence. I've met drivers who became friends, shared life advice, or even connected me to business contacts. One driver in Miami told me about a local startup event that led to a freelance gig. That's the power of a simple conversation. As we wrap up, imagine yourself in that taxi, confidently saying, "Hi, can you take me to the city center, please?" The driver smiles, you chat about the city, and you arrive feeling like a rock star. That's the future you're building. English isn't just a language, it's your ticket to the world. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below. What's one phrase you're going to practice for your next taxi ride? I read every comment and can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, keep talking. Keep learning and keep exploring. See you soon on Mr. English Talks.